Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is going to be one of the best matches you're going to be seeing here. Welcome to Overwatch. I'm your host, Saminami, and we're going to be having Stevenson University versus the University of North Georgia. Now I'm going to be loading in here on Oasis during the daytime, no less, at the City Center. It's going to be Stevenson on Team Blue, while North Georgia is on Team Red. It's the Mustangs versus the Nighthawks. And as we're going to be going into this here, I'll give you a little bit background information on what the series is going to play out. We are in playoffs here, so it is single elimination. Once a team is eliminated, they will be out for the rest of the season. You are going to be seeing here with a meta change, in fact, that both sides are going to be trying to play a little bit differently. Stevenson might be sticking to their guns, while North Georgia is going to be working the dive here. Immediately going for the side here. Can Stevenson take the angle? They don't face them head on, in fact. Let's take a look at this angle here from Vils. Trying to see if they can get some high ground aerial action here. Has to play it safe against someone like Mr. Serious here, who has the angle with Poppy May right behind him. It's really just going to be a slow battle on point here to start, while either side is looking for an opening here. Seeing some shots coming out from Sebi Daddy as they try to see if they can find an opening here. Right now, Stevenson has the main control on point, but there's no real picks being found quite yet. We'll be seeing as it ticks out that it will be starting to in favor of the Mustangs here. Quad Squad trying desperately to hold down on point, but they need some additional assistance from the rest of their team here. As the shots continue out, no one has capped either side yet. They just need to get this Diva off for a moment here. Echo is now on and contesting as well here. Diva's going into the thick of it there. Might be a bit dangerous, costing them their lives as they overextend. That's going to give Stevenson the initial capture of the point, as you're going to be seeing here from the side of the Nighthawks. They're going to try to play it a little safer. They have a big amount of healing to work with here, so they could maintain themselves, but it's not just about a series of maintaining, but keeping up the pace against the opposition. You are going to be seeing here that the swap comes from Quad Squad over to the Orisa, while Stevenson is still just poking from the high ground. No one's really finding any action anytime soon, but ultimates are ready to go and unleash here. And we could see that done just here and now in a matter of moments. It's 35% in counting. We're seeing an engagement right away as the orbital cannon is activated here. Bob has been pushed in as they're pushing aggressively forward. Mr. Serious is going to fall to Bob there as SU Root Beer also falls victim to the Quad Squad. 49 going in with the Terror Slam, but has to get on point in order to not give it over to the side of Nighthawks. Gonna be seen here, just barely holding it down out. It's 49 here, trying to hold out the fight. Can they do so? Not till the end, as it's now gonna turn over to control of North Georgia. Orbital Cannon has been invested in. Stevenson is out of there. They do not want to take this fight right now, as they have no need to overly play aggressive into this. Getting caught out immediately, but able to make the trade there for Stevenson. Both DPS are down by 1 here as the engagement comes up fast and aggressive. Here comes the rally to start. Quad Squad going on in with the Terror Search here. 40 getting isolated as well. Are going to be seeing here that Quid's trying to play a very close engagement, one that will not find any value at the moment, but if they can get this high noon here, does a bit of damage as the blades coming on in now. Quid trying to find some slashes where they can, does find the tank in the end with additional hit onto the Echo here. Not really a situation they want to find themselves in, but unfortunately it is what it is there. Brig having to deal with Sebi Daddy and Vils. But Snake Eye is getting taken out by Mr. Serious here. The point is still in control of the Nighthawks right now, as we're going to be seeing this come to a head. Brig having a lot of damage conducted against them, and it's going to get even worse as the javelin hits dead on. Bill's having to play it safe, needs to run away for some help as Quad Squad is trying to hold out on point. Dynamite going to be coming up as well as 40 or Root Beer as well, trying to heal it on up. Quit's able to get Phils in the end. Things are looking a little dire here for the Nighthawks, especially with those Secrets coming on out. The Torpedoes find their mark. The Snake Eyes falls. Last one alive here is going to breathe the Orisa, trying to stay alive on point as the Ash comes around the side. Point is still taken away in favor of the Nighthawks as it just turns over into capture of Stevenson. A long fought battle there, but finally coming out on top. Stevenson able to get control, but it's not over yet. The Nighthawks are still kicking. They got ults ready to utilize here with the copy as well as the Terror Surge Slam that Quad Squad can bring forth. However, 40, Mr. Serious, and SU Root Beer could have something up their sleeves here with their ultimates themselves. Going to be looking, especially at Mr. Serious here, dealing with the Orisa on the side. Terror Surge has been activated here with the Orbital Strike, trying to stay alive with the golden ability here as they push in aggressively. High Noon going to shut down that copy that Phils enables as Quad Squad's trying to hold it on up but gets killed even with the slam. And round one goes to Stevenson. Now, I was seeing there in the chat that it seems Mr. Serious is being affected by a bit of ping. It seems to be, it might just be isolated to their system here. I can't check for it myself, but there is no call for a pause yet, so there's nothing for us to check quite yet unless the team calls it here. Nonetheless, you will be seeing some swaps coming out here from the side of North Georgia. They're looking at possibly going to the Ramatra here. An interesting selection with the Reaper. Maybe they're trying to play fast and furious into Stevenson's face here. While Stevenson is going to try to keep their distance with the Orisa. You're going to have your rotations coming on around, and they swap over to the Soldier in here. First encounter coming up on the high ground. Let's keep it from the eyes of Papa May, who's going to be playing it safe in the back, while the rest of North Georgia plays aggressively forward. That's going to be a first down as Sebi Daddy is going to fall to the flashbang there. Right now, you're going to see North Georgia trying to play it safely and get out of harm's way where possible. 49 pushing aggressively forward and actually hungry for an elimination here. Being able to be supplied here from the side of 40. I've seen a bit of lag coming out here to start, but the hunt still is on. Stevenson able to clean that up quickly to be able to take out their opposition. North Georgia must regroup. So, a little bit of background here. North Georgia is a very disproportionate team in terms of ranks. We took a little investigative view of how these players rank across the board with each other. Stevenson is more closely together ranked compared to North Georgia. While North Georgia has your Grandmaster, that same Grandmaster unfortunately does get knocked off the map by 49, who had a beautiful angle with the Javelin there, as Quits is able to follow through on 40's kills. Setting up Stevenson to a tremendous push here against the Nighthawks. The Nighthawks need to find some sort of stepping here. They do already have swapped over to the May, probably to play it as a counter as they're looking to see how they can take some space from the Mustangs here. They must be aware that after engaging on that high ground like that, they must be careful not to overexert themselves. And right now, you're going to be seeing a bit of an aggressive push up here from the Mustangs. Might be seeing 40 going for a shot. There is the pull with the High Noon. Wade comes on out, able to find two, and they're looking for a third. They get it secured. It's going to be the Reaper last but not least, eliminated by the Javelin. So right now you're seeing a tremendous play from the Mustangs here. Nighthawks be a little bit rough, a little bit rusty on this first map here, but they don't really have any more time for excuses to work with. It's going to have to come down to Raisin Bread's ultimate here. The rally must come out and provide huge amount of value. That's going to be Vels down and out on the point. They're looking to see if Can Raisin Bread provide some additional assistance for their team? I don't think so. They're getting hunted from behind. It's coming in fast and serious here, as you're going to be seeing 49 looking for that elimination, hungry for the picks. And in the end, it's going into overtime here, but no one from the side of Nighthawks, except for Vils, is going to be able to make this touch here. And Vils is immediately taken out as map number 1 is taken by the Mustangs. What a performance we saw there to start, coming out from the Mustangs here. None other than 49, the Philosopher themselves, being able to set up for fight after fight and push back into these Nighthawks here. Now we're going to be heading over to a quick break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the action again. Welcome to Parasio. Here it's going to be the Nighthawks pick. It's University of North Georgia, excuse me. I keep trying to say Northern because many other schools have that in their name convention, but not this one. The Nighthawks here have decided to select Parasio for their map pick after losing the first map. Since they were the losers at first, they get the selection of not only the mode, but of the map after the home team gets the ban, or the winning team, I should say, which was Stevenson in this case. So this, I believe, is going to play into the Nighthawks' strengths of their dive capabilities, where we're seeing the Echo, the Ashe, the Diva, the Ana, and even Brig, although not much for dive, better for guarding the team, is going to be their stick. As for Stevenson here, they're actually going to be locking in on the Juno Ana here. Legend in for Poppy May. Without further ado, let's get this show on the road. The door is going to open on up, and we're about to face some action. Coming in fast is going to be Mr. Serious with the Dynamite. They're not going to be finding any hits to start. Neither is Sebi Daddy. Seeing a lot of crossfire to start here, but not too much action quite yet. Instead, it's going to be playing safe from the side of Stevenson. They know they have to play it safe, they have to play it back, and they cannot be too close for this engagement here. So they're trying to keep their distance, maintain a healthy sense of space here as well. Boosters coming out early from Quad Squad, which means they're going to have to wait before engaging with them again for the moment. You are going to be seeing nade coming out from Snake Eyes, but not going to be hitting its mark. 40 really reading that smart to be able to eat the nade there. As you will see, Vils is take down 49, so that does make things a little bit difficult for the side of Stevenson as they are down by 2. They're going to have to retreat here from the point. Quit's going to be the last one to fight it on out, and not going to be able to make much of a difference there, as the point looks like it will turn over into the control of North Georgia here. Stevenson might be trying for another touch here. Do they make it? They do, just barely. They do. Not a whole lot to work with, and instead they seem to be in a world of hurt there, going in on that corner. So now the Mustangs must run for the hills here. They cannot afford to overstay their welcome any longer, as Mr. Serious and Legend fall only after taking out Snake Eyes. So now you're going to be seeing here a swap from 49 over to the Malga, surprisingly. This could prove a little difficult as Malga does get countered by Diva and Ana, and there's not going to be any cleanse available yet from the side of Stevenson, as no one is going Kiriko. Right now, Stevenson trying to take a healthy amount of space here, but needs to be very mindful that overextension will prove their death. There's only one person on cart now from the side of North Georgia here. The Nighthawks having to play it much safer. And you will be seeing some push-ups here between all of them. Bill's still trying to progress on this card here, as it's going to be wrapped around with the slam to eliminate the first of the DPS there, I should say. No one's stopped the point quite yet, but now going to be seeing that action there. Blade is activated, finds its kill here as Ana is copied. Almost getting the Ana there, but not quite, unfortunately there. You're going to be seeing Quits having to rotate it back, trying to stay alive, but in a very, very tough situation here. Mysterious falls, and now you're losing players left and right here. Kiri has been made the swap now, as 40's trying to get out to live. Can Stevenson make a touch here? It's going to be a hard push, to say the least. I'm not sure if they can, but they do it anyway. Cage is going to be activated here as they need someone on. Bob's going to be able to contest with the point here as Quits goes in for the push. There's not a whole lot of time to hold on out here as the cage goes down. Sebi Daddy does fall, but the damage is great. Stevenson is in with the world against them here, as you're seeing from the side of the Nighthawks being able to cap it against the Mustangs. So that rewards Stevenson here 4 minutes and 25 seconds to the Nighthawks. Excuse me, saying Stevenson way too much. Right here, the Nighthawks are doing a tremendous job of maintaining space and applying pressure while keeping someone on point. I would say Stevenson had a hard time of getting Vilts off the point there, which proved a very easy capture for the side of North Georgia. Now the Nighthawks here going to be trying to deal with Stevenson's push over the bridge, but Vilts will be the first to fall. That's going to stop the cart progression there for now. As 49 makes their push in there, Rock coming on out, finds the elimination there onto the Ash. Now going to be finding the Ana. Ana going to be making that fall there as the Nighthawks finally have to force a regroup here, only since capturing the first point. Actually, since ever. They haven't had forced to regroup since they came out of spawn from the first point. So Stevenson now being able to apply some pressure will give them some breathing room, but they need more than just that. You're going to be seeing Vilts taking out Mr. Serious there at the start. As the Nano comes in, Nano Blade's going to be used in return. That's going to be your Ana down as Braid goes with it. Ash followed up with it. It's a clean triple kill as they look for the Echo. Completely annihilated. The last one alive here from Nighthawks is going to be the D.Va. They're looking to stagger him out, but not this time. Mr. Serious shuts him down right away. A tremendously beautiful blade coming out there from the side of Stevenson, but they're going to need more than just finesse. Right now, style points only get you so far, as you really need to put up the wall against the Nighthawks. Going to be seeing this initial push in here. Vilts trying to see if they can apply some extra damage from the side, but that poison doesn't make things any easier as it gives away your position. Contesting the point, you're going to be seeing 49 trying to keep hold of that corner, but the cart just got by him in time. Right now, it seems that most of the Nighthawks are actually stuck behind the corner there. They can't aggress enough the way they want to. You will be seeing Legend the first to fall from the side of the Mustangs there as the Kasune Rush is activated. Here comes the Gravitic Flux. Finds not just one, but the bomb as well, with Mr. Serious following up on the double there. Going to be trying to get some extra damage on the quad squad, as well as find the Ana from a side hit. Gets that D-Mech and looking for the final limb. Gets it in the end. D.Va falling to the Venom Mine. So what was a very scary disposition here, Stevenson actually starting to make a bit of a comeback right now, holding this point. Mysterious is doing work on the Widow, but you must still be careful because right now you're seeing that they're going to be building up ult here from the side of North Georgia. Sights has been activated and they're looking for some limbs. Just misses the initial shot as Bob coming running in. Having to try to reposition here and get away. Just missing that first shot. Not able to get the follow-up there as they need it as Stevenson is falling one by one. Quits here, trying his best to live it out, but cannot in the end. So he comes out just in time to stop Mr. Serious from securing the kill. And this point is still progressing. Right now, Stevenson has to be able to make a touch on the point. Can they do it though? They do in the end. They're trying to see if they can get through these 30 seconds, if they can win it, or even get into overtime here right now. Here comes the blade, but the burn goes through. And with that, 21 seconds remaining as North Georgia caps.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
So, now here seeing that we are back, going into the second round of map number 2. Sides are going to be swapping here as Stevenson will now be on the attack and the Nighthawks on the defense. It's much easier for me to say Nighthawks than North Georgia for some reason. Nonetheless, the Mustangs here having to try to figure out what is the best strategy going into this attack. Because as we're seeing it, North Georgia is very comfortable on this map. I mean, this feels like their bread and butter for a pick. And by all means, good for them in that sense, because being able to utilize the high ground and low ground, keeping pressure on point to keep it moving, and finding early picks against the enemy tanks such as 49, followed up there onto the hero like Legend, makes it super valuable for the side of the Nighthawks. But now with the doors opening here, you're going to be seeing a push out coming here and now. Going to be looking for the initial snipe, not going to be finding it, as in return, Sebidaddy is not going to be trying to challenge it. They're going to actually stay back. Diva there from the side of Stevenson is going up aggressively, but you do see that Quits is the first to fall. So right now, Stevenson having to play it a little safer and in a tougher situation than what they would like to fight here. Has to be smart in these engagements here, as you're seeing from the side of North Georgia. They're actually applying tons of pressure with that Echo. But Mr. Sears does get the trade they need. There may have been a D-mech, but he's not down and out. Stevenson can still remech given time. They're just trying to see if they can get rid of that Brigitte shield, but coming out from behind here is going to be the Diva Quad Squad. Finds 49. And right now, there isn't much space being made by the Mustangs here. They're actually really stagnant here. They can't find an opening at the moment. You do see the swap here over to Sigma from the side of 49, as they're trying to see if they can find some space to start. Dives in aggressively there, as Legend trying to fight for their life. No, the shield goes down as the as the Suzu Belt comes out just in the nick of time to save them. If not for SU Root Beer there, Stevenson would have been down for the count. That was a very dangerous situation. I cannot stress it enough how dire that situation was, that 40 called their shield back so early. We're seeing Quits gain initial amount of damage there as the copy comes on with the anti. Cleanse comes out as well, but they're not finding the picks quite yet. Instead, Quits is going to be the first to fall there as sights come up. Finds the Ana to begin with, looking for their next victim, and the NATO comes out as well. Has to find those follow-up shots to be effective here, but it's not going to be following up much, as Sebidaddy's going to be in the flank here. Starting to get pushed upon here by Quits, gets the elimination against them as the Kasune Rush is still in effect, looking for the Echo, finds the Echo, and looking for the Brig as well, making a cleanup on aisle 6. Stevenson caps it, but honestly, at what cost? So much time burned away there against Stevenson right now, as the Mustangs are going to have a lot on their shoulders to push here. Right now, this is a great situation for North Georgia to work with. For those of you in here that are North Georgia fans, you're probably rooting for your team to be able to hold this second point. This is their best point to be holding right now, as it utilizes all of high ground and low ground capability, which is perfect for their composition. And we're going to be seeing here, almost finding that trade. Sebidaddy pushes in aggressively through Quits, trying to get that pick off there, but running out of abilities, gets caught out a little too much and is in a world of hurt. Quad trying to aggressively push their way up and forward there as Mr. Sears finds a pick out. You are going to be seeing that Sebidaddy down as well. That means you cannot deploy the bomb on the point right away. Bomb may be used here in the very last part of the fight. Sweep coming out in a great spot, mind you. But Snake Eyes is caught out by the gravitational flux there as Diva's caught between a rock and a hard place. Bomb going to be coming on out as they continue to push this cart. They're applying so much pressure here. Here comes the bomb. Bomb gets rocked onto point as Sweep is used. You are seeing that Stevenson here trying to duke it out, staying alive and fighting through and through. The sights are up and they're looking for some picks here, waiting to see if someone jumps on up, and nothing quite yet. There goes the Ana, looking for the Ash, but not going to be finding it quite yet. The copy comes out against Sigma, as Legend's going to be the first to fall. Teleporting away is going to be Rupier, but can Rupier keep the team up alone? I'm not too sure, as we're going to be seeing this Flux coming out against Quits, but it does not land. The copy ends before it's able to do the damage, as they're going to be seeing a double pressure applied against Rupier, but nothing to really follow up on that. Rock comes on out, but misses its quarry. A bit of extra fighting here, taking these angles that I don't think they need to at this very moment. Taking a look at this ult economy here, you are going to be seeing Stevenson's coming up on Nano and Blade, and Sebidaddy falls once more here, looking to see if they can find some angles. 40 is playing aggressively on the front line here, blocks the nade, and trying to see if they can continue that pressure. They get the Ana! The Ana has fallen for the side of the Nighthawks here as the point continues its progression. Echo has to make a touch, or Diva does. Diva's not able to get on. No one's able to get on. In fact, Stevenson's able to cap it! So this grants them 2.5 minutes to work with. The Echo has fallen, and Quits is finding some kills here. Gonna be trying to follow up here on the Diva, pushing onto point. Diva might die on point if they cannot get out in time. They did use bomb earlier, so they're just trying to waste as much time as possible. For Stevenson, only 2.5 minutes, not a whole lot to work with compared to North Georgia's huge time bank they had in the first round. So it's really going to be coming down to some clean kills, as we're seeing them right there against Sebidaddy. Just missing the shot there on Vils. Who will they find next? The sights are up and the cart is still pushing. They're applying some extra pressure in making the front line theirs. So right now you're seeing that North Georgia is actually trying to tempo themselves. They don't have any ults to work with quite yet. They're trying to build up to Vils' copy. But the cart is already made much more progression in the short amount of time compared to when the Nighthawks had it. Right now you're seeing a double blade Nano Blade coming on out. They're looking to see if they can get this Ash here. They're going to get the Ash successfully. Stevenson needs to get it with a minute or more. Diva gets the D-Mech. It's going to be a clean kill, and with over a minute, the difference is awarded to Stevenson as they work with a minute 50 in their time bank.
Score 3-3. Switching sides.
We have a game on our hands here, folks. For a map that was selected here from the side of North Georgia, they did a tremendously great job in the first and second point on the attack. But on their defense, they were holding up solidly the first and second. But the third point, I don't know what exactly happened. It fell apart. I don't know if they got nervous about their spacing or they just weren't certain about their push-ups. But they were getting staggered. They were getting picked off, and they weren't able to initiate with ults as they needed to. Those early picks that Quits was able to get with the Nano Blade provided by Legend with that Nano set Stevenson up for just a steamroll of third point once they got it going. And again, by all means, I think on paper here, I would say North Georgia hands down has the advantage over Stevenson. But Stevenson is now, I think, starting to understand the play style of the Nighthawks and how to work around it. So that's something you have to really be careful for the side of North Georgia. You need to try to change up your strategy a little, catch your opponents off guard, or provide some extra assistance to Quad Squad when they make those dives. Sister Sears finds the first pick once again. That is not what you need from the side of North Georgia. The Nighthawks need some abilities here, some ult usage, some damage. They need to find opening pick, not to get picked like that. You're in a very, very tough position here from the side of the Nighthawks, as you're just a little over 30 seconds remaining now. You will be seeing that Rock come on out, keeping the team up as the point starts to get contested, but nothing quite yet. It's really just Tracer trying to poke it on out here. Eventually, if they overextend, they will fall victim to their hubris for pushing up. Right now, you're really hoping, can Vils get at an angle to take down Legend? Will they be able to find the initial pick? That initial pick is going to be found against Snake Eyes, unfortunately. As we're seeing the teleport come on up, they need to maintain control at this point where possible. They're going to be rotating to it now. Sebidaddy going on the hunt for 49. They're in a little bit of a tough situation here as Mysterious finds another elimination there, but Legend does get traded back. Tracer just going to be making their recall here on the back of the point. As Diana's trying to make it back, Tracer does make the touch. Tracer won, but not getting eliminated quite yet. Coming out to the top there. Can Vils make touch? They do just at the very last second. But I don't believe there's going to be anyone from the side of North Georgia to touch as round number 3 is completed and the side swap once again.
Score 3-3. Switching sides.
This is quite the map we have here right now. In this current situation with the side swapping once again, where Stevenson's now on the attack and North Georgia is on the defense, you're going to have to see North Georgia hold the line for a minute 50 to stop Stevenson from getting 33% capture of the point. And as it stands, it is currently in favor right now the whole series, as I'm seeing AFG MV Killjoy in the chat here asking. It is currently 1-0 in favor of Stevenson in a best of 5 series. So the first to 3 wins. And right now, it's North Georgia with their backs against the wall and up against probably what could be an ending match here. They still have one more map after this if they lose this, but that puts them in the most dire situations should that happen. We do see that Sebi Daddy has swapped over to the Junkrat, so maybe some quirky switch-ups here to try to counter Stevenson's hard pressure that they apply initially. Maybe try to catch Quits out by catching him in the trap. But I don't think they're ready for Mr. Serious here. Coming out onto the Pharah at an angle here. We'll be able to get some initial shots made. They believe they spotted the Junkrat there, so Junk has to be careful. They definitely did now, as they're going to be looking for those angles. Diva here now in a very precarious position, taking a whole lot of damage from the front line there. Not really able to push back against the Mustangs here quite yet. With all this front line pressure here, you will be seeing the first to fall is going to be Raisin Bread. Even the Junkrat here barely able to stay alive at the moment. They do trade back Quits, however, but Sebi Daddy falls, unfortunately. You do see your Briggs trying to come from spawn as Snake Eyes trying to stay alive, but can they get out? They do just barely. And it's coming down to this. Remember, Stevenson just needs this one tick. You see that orange marker at the top of the board there. If they hit that, they win this map and are up 2-0 in the series. They do so. Echo almost falling off the map here. Quad Squad barely able to stay alive on the point. Gets demeched. Could not get a bomb in time. They're trying to stay alive on this point, but it's coming down to this. Does anyone touch? No, unfortunately they do not. Stevenson takes map number 2. I mean, that was hard fought there, but the play of the game goes to the legendary beast himself, Quits. Being able to get that blade in there on the defense really set up Stevenson for what was an evident hold on the point. We're going to be hitting a quick break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Runasapi. This is the match point territory for tonight in favor of Stevenson University. They're going to be playing to try to shut out North Georgia here. North Georgia, this is your last chance for staying alive in the playoffs. If you lose this, you are out, and Stevenson progresses in the playoffs. So it's do or die time. There is no tying on this mode as there was on hybrid. Here on the push, it's pretty simple. You have two barriers. Matt's going to be there, your robot, and he's going to try to get it as far as possible. Whoever makes it to the end or furthest before or when time runs out will win the map. Checkpoints are situated on either side of the map, as this map is perfectly made to mirror itself. Once they reach checkpoints, they're going to be given a closer spawn. But it will be taken away when the bot reaches the center once again. The doors have opened and both sides are raring to go. We're going to be seeing here from the side of Stevenson, not too much change as they're keeping their comp from the first map. As for the side of North Georgia, they're doing something quite similar here. Only sub in is going to be Papa May for Legend. Going to take a look here at Quad Squad, aggressively rushing their way through on the Ramatra here, trying to see if they can find the supports here. But they're not going to be able to make enough space, as Stevenson's going to be able to push them on back. Papa May is now going to be trying to see if they can provide some extra support while pushing the cart here. They can get aggressive when the time is right, but their focus is to keep their distance. That's going to be the first one down by Mr. Sirius's hands. Looking for the fall up there on the ash. They get it. It's going to be secure there as 49 aggressively pushes on in. They're hungry for the break, and they find their elimination. Quad Squad tries to go in for a last-ditch effort push, but the javelin to the shoulder blade will put him down for good. And as you heard there from Cassidy, Mr. Sirius, they have the lead, and they're going to try to continue pushing it. There's the swap now over to May off of the Tracer here. May is a great counter swap here for the side of the Nighthawks. However, timing, tempo, and positioning are key into this. You have to try to get some value going, but with Mr. Sirius on the flank, how much value it is, hard to say. As you're going to be seeing here, the first checkpoint awarded to Stevenson. You're going to be seeing some additional push up there. Mr. Sirius is just a man on a mission. Quits following up on the bounty kill there against Sebi Daddy. And you're going to be seeing here that Stevenson could just push in if they want to against the Nighthawks here, but they want to take their time. They have a good amount of space, and they don't need to overextend here while the bot is still pushing all the way back where Poppy May is. So the more time they have to push, the better. Here comes in with the slam! High Noon coming on out with the orbital cannon as they push forward. It is a very dominant force here that we're seeing against the Nighthawks here. North Georgia having to swap to their tried and true Diva here to try to counter the Mustangs. But that's going to prove difficult. Quits has the blade online as Raisin Bread does have Rally. Rally going in immediately. This seems a bit of a reckless encounter, but it works out. It's paying off as you're going to be seeing the push up here with the Blizzard. Quits does get taken on out as Sebi Daddy gets traded, and you're going to be seeing Stevenson having to force themselves on back. 40 or Mr. Sirius here going to be playing from the high ground here. Does get away safely. Wall will not be able to find anyone isolated to start there, but Stevenson is actually just tempoing themselves. They're waiting for Quits to return to the fight, and here comes Quits now. Going to be coming around this corner. They have the blade ready and available, and they're going in with the orbital cannon. Mr. Sirius is going to be the first to fall there as they're trying to see if they can get the May, but May's not going to fall quite yet. You're going to be seeing 49 trying to go to save the team while also hunting for the kill on Sebi Dabby. May able to get out alive just in time as they will finally take this fight back in their favor, with Stevenson having to regroup here. But they bought enough time for everyone to be able to regroup in the closer spawn, given that Quits does not get picked off here. For those of you here still rooting for North Georgia, this is your chance. This is your opportunity. You have ults available and on the board from Sebi Daddy and Quad Squad. Quad Squad's going to be trying to utilize that bomb only when necessary when they make their push on in. But coming out from Stevenson, every ult in the book. Here comes Quits with the Blade. Blade's going to be finding that first pick and not the second. Unfortunately, he's going to be taken on out from 3 from the side of North Georgia as the Deadeye comes out and finds some kills here. Bomb obliterates 49, who did not pay attention to the bomb in there. So now, I think through a egregious mistake there from the side of Stevenson, North Georgia is able to actually take some more space and continue their push on cart. You're going to be seeing Sebi Daddy here trying to get some extra picks, while Vils does have to come all the way back from long spawn here. So Stevenson, having invested so many ults, they still have 2 to work with here, and we're going to be seeing that going in here and now. Poppy May trying to aggressively play forward, but has to be careful for the Blizzard. They're going to try to play it forward here, but gets caught on out. The only one left here for the side of Stevenson is going to be SU Roop here, who has the orbital cannon, but it's going to have to be a now or later, and it looks like it's now, but is it now the right time? It seems that it might have been a little late pushing on in with that, as they're now going to be caught on out. Ults wasted here as the Nighthawks are taking ground against the Mustangs here. They're looking for those stagger kills, trying to count who they can get. And Vils is going to be caught out early, but not eliminated there, mind you. Instead, it's just going to be a dirty fight, a skirmish, if you will, out in the middle. Here comes the orbital cannon from the side of Snake Eyes. Going to be able to push in aggressively there for the team, but has to watch out for Mr. Sirius on the flank, who's dealing with the Mei and D.Va in their face. Just trying to get some picks where they can, but it's getting a little bit difficult for them. You do see 49 getting their Terror Surge ready and going. They find the pick on the Sebi Daddy onto Raisin Bread, but Quits does get traded on back. D.Va does get the mech here, but not before getting eliminated by Vils. It's a scrappy fight, I tell you, but one that Stevenson will take in the end, as there's just 3.5 minutes remaining. Stevenson still holds the lead, and they're looking to take away that close spawn that has been given to the side of the Nighthawks here. North Georgia is going to try to see if they can push back quick enough with the team in order to find an early pick on Stevenson, but not going to be quick enough there. We'll be seeing Vils has Blizzard ready, activates it, not going to be able to find anyone to freeze, but the damage has been done. It's traded 1 for 1 here. Terror Surge being activated finds the kill they were looking for, even if it's just one, as the fight continues. North Georgia here having to try to back off and regroup. They're running for their lives, and with good reason, mind you, because they cannot afford to get picked off here right now. They need to be able to maintain the space they have and play to live. They have ults available from their tank and DPS, but it's a matter of maintaining space. Stevenson has been granted the close spawn after achieving the checkpoint once more, but here comes the orbital cannon. Bob goes on in and is deployed, but Quits is going in with the blade, able to find 2 from the get-go there, as Bob does take out SU Root Beer. We'll be seeing a bit of a scrappy fight there to start against the Echo. They secure the kill. It's just D.Va here, and not in the greatest of positions getting caught out so early like this. Gets isolated from the team, and bomb activated there. They're going to zone it, but 40 once again cannot get out in time. That could cost Stevenson this push here, as you have 1:48 remaining on the clock here, and Stevenson still in the lead. Mr. Sears finding that first pick as Quit falls. We'll be seeing that Mysterious will be able to get on out here just in time. And now it's just going to be a regroup here for the Mustangs, while North Georgia is trying to recover the ground lost. 1:30 is not a lot to work with, but it still can be enough to take it back against the Mustangs. Like, this is their opportunity here as they go in with the orbital cannon. You're going to be seeing some feisty damage coming on out. First one to fall is going to be Mr. Serious thanks to Snake's Eyes. Exquisite aim. You will be seeing the D.Va pushing in fast, trying to provide some extra space that they do gain for themselves. They're going to be able to get this checkpoint here, granting the Nighthawks close spawn. And it's really going to come down to this ult economy here. You will be seeing that Papa May has Rowie available, but so does Raisin Bread. Who's going to pop their Rowie? Who's going in? It looks like it's going to be Papa May. Papa May is going in fast and aggressive. They're going to be able to find that first pick there. And the Snake Eyes now going to be looking at the D.Va. D.Va going to be D back there and going to be followed on up with D.Va getting eliminated. Tracer's going to be on point here and looking for more. Raisin Bread's going to be the last one alive, just trying to die on point as Stevenson takes it back. 20 seconds remaining. North Georgia needs to make touch and cover so much ground here. Just roughly 40 meters to take back against the Mustangs in order to take the lead here. It's not going to prove easy, but it's going to be a last-ditch attempt, if anything, here, as you're going to be seeing ults having to come on in here. Could be looking for the orbital cannon. It's been activated with the Terror Surge! D.Va Bomb going to be coming on out. Can people make it out alive? They do. Bomb not going to be able to get anyone, but does zone him. 49's going in for the hunt. Able to find 2. Make that 3. Looking to see if they can get the D.Va as well. D.Va's going to be trying to make this push on the point. It's just the D.Va here as Phil's going to be able to trade back Mr. Sears. Quad Squad trying desperately to stay alive, but needs to rely on Vils to get some additional damage here. Can anyone touch? No, sirree! Stevenson takes the series! And with that, that's going to end it there for us tonight. The final play of the game awarded to Quad Squad. Some great performance coming out here from the Nighthawks. The University of North Georgia fought fiercely and valiantly, and they definitely deserve their time in the playoffs. But in the end, it just unfortunately was not enough. That's going to be it from us here tonight, folks. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We're going to be seeing you next week with, I believe, Valorant, Rocket League, and Overwatch continuing in the playoffs. Until next time, stay frosty.